If it's your first time buying a house, this one today is for you. There is something you can do with your mortgage which is going to give you a massive advantage. My name is William Stringer and I'm with Royal LePage in the Comox Valley.
And I'm Dean Garrett. I'm with Buying Group Mortgage in the Comox Valley.
And this is Cuppa and a Crash Course. So exactly as we said, if you are looking at your first ever mortgage, very, very exciting times, but you're going to be busy, but in a good way, because there's lots to do. You were talking to me this morning, and I think this would be a great thing to do a show about today, about what you can do to get really ahead of time for pre-approval.
Yeah, pre-approval. You said the magic word is to understand that if you go ahead, if you do things out of step, you can create all kinds of problems for yourself that will take a lot of energy and a lot of stress to get over, asking for extensions to your subject removal date and things like that. Meanwhile, you're spending money on inspections and things like that. If you've skipped the step of a pre-approval, that's what I think is worth bringing to the table here.
Yeah.
It can be very stressful.
So if you, from a real estate perspective, if you approach a seller and say, we want to buy your house, you want to get the most competitive offer possible, and the most competitive you can get is, if you're going to put a finance subject, is pre-approval. Right. That is the most you're going to get realistically in a normal situation from the bank saying these folks are good. If you don't have that, that represents more risk that the seller is taking on, and they're going to want more money in order to take that risk on. You want to pay the lowest price possible. So from a realtor's point of view, you need to get pre-approval. But there's so much more to it from a mortgage
There
point.
is, and the problem is you don't know what you have until you go through it. The underwriting process for mortgage lending today is extreme. It's surprising the level of documentation and the past 90 days and where that takes you can take you back to 6 months before that. There is a lot to understand, and that's what an experienced lender agent or mortgage broker can work through ahead of time so that they're looking for those things. And you don't know what to look for. You can do lots of research on things and you're not going to have that depth to get into the weeds far enough. Yeah.
Exactly. And then back to a real estate perspective, you're also looking, once you've got an accepted offer and you're in these weeds, you're also handling the other subjects, maybe an inspection, maybe trying to find insurance for the property. So you're doing so many things. If you've got the time, and people don't always have the time to do this, you might just find a house, you need to get in there and get an accepted offer. That's fine too. But if you're looking long scale, you're thinking, well, we're going to buy a house next year or the year after, connect with someone like Dean Garrett, because they're going to start to get everything that can be done beforehand.
And you know what? You know what? It's not just for first-time home buyers. If you've owned a home, people don't get a mortgage every year or two. It can be a long time in between your experiences with a lender or what have you, and things change. And you may say, well, I'll just port my mortgage or what have you, and then you're in an offer and you're working through it, and the days are going by, and you're like, oh, I didn't know it was going to be this difficult, right? So, there's just so much to it. And it's not just for first-time home buyers. It's for anybody who is going to need financing on their home. That's what's important. Yeah.
All right, well, that's it. So pre-approval, always good, particularly if you are going for your first ever mortgage. Any advice? Yeah, absolutely. This guy, at Mortgage Minder?
At Mortgage Minder. That's right.
I'm at Realtor William Stringer on everything. You've been watching Cuppa and a Crash Course. Thank you very much. We'll see you very soon.